When people feel loved, trusted, respected, successful, excited to be seen, they feel alive, it motivates them, and that's exactly what I want to be bringing to my children. Hi, I'm Shmulik and welcome to Guiding and Thriving. This channel is dedicated in bringing out the best in you, your kids, and in your relationships, empowering you to thrive and become a force of positivity to everyone around you. In today's video, the second of the series, we'll discuss the how and the why of being your child's trusted friend. Obviously, as the parent or teacher, the adult in the child's life, we are the role model, the authority, the guide, and the coach. And this is fundamental for any effective, enjoyable, and sustainable long-term relationship with your child. Yet, I feel that the flip side, where the child truly knows that we have their best interests at heart, is equally and fundamentally important. Without this important ingredient, it's almost impossible for the child to truly respect us and learn from us. Yes, we could say the right things and take the right actions, but we will still be seen as a dictator, not viewed as a true role model. When people feel loved, trusted, respected, successful, excited to be seen, they feel alive, it motivates them, and that's exactly what I want to be bringing to my children. In the next video, we'll deep dive in the authority aspect of parenting and how it works hand in hand with being a friend. Yes, simultaneously, the very same time that we need to discipline them, give them consequences, they feel how we truly love them and care for them. But first, let's discuss the fundamentals of being a trusted friend. If we look in our own life, the people who we consider true friends probably didn't tell us, "I'm your friend." But they kept giving us messages, signals in a variety of ways, how they truly understood us, cared for us, accepted us with our vulnerabilities, and were truly there for us. They did this over and over again. And the more they were there for us, the more we appreciated it. The more vulnerabilities they saw in us and still stood by us, the more we trusted them and the stronger our bond became. So what does that mean for us, our kids, and how can we successfully convey that message to them? The first thing is to shift our thinking from what we want to tell them to what are they hearing. Think of the recipient. How would they take it? As a simple example, you could tell someone you definitely want to improve. Now that could sound like a compliment. You're amazing, you're always looking to get better, and you definitely want to improve. For someone else, actually, it could be a negative. They might take it as saying, "Oh, I'm not good enough, and you definitely want to improve." Now, it could depend simply on the tonality and the context of where it was said. But it could also depend on the current emotional state of the other party. The same thing applies when we ask them to actively do something or to stop doing something. Think not only of what you want to tell them, but how would it make them feel emotionally. Obviously, we as the parent are the authority, and they'll have to listen to us and do things that are uncomfortable at times. But what's the messaging that we're carrying? What's the subtle signals that we're sending? Is it of love or annoyance? Respect or disdain? Understanding or apathy? This is not about what they have to do, but the packaging. Those subtle messages, how would they feel? So, think how it sounds of the recipient. We always want to be sending a message again and again that we love them, care for them, understand them, and truly have the best interests at heart. And this ties in to how do we greet them, whether it's in the morning when they just woke up, when we're dropping them off at school or on the way to work, when we pick them up, the time we spend at home before they go to bed. What is the messaging from our facial expressions, from our mood, our posture? Vocally, do we say, "Good morning, I love you, it's great to see you"? Do you give them a hug, kiss your kids, tell them how much you appreciate them? If you're a teacher, Give them a firm handshake, a friendly handshake. I stand by the door of my classroom. Every student that walks in, I wish them good morning, good afternoon, so good to see you, have a wonderful day, it's going to be amazing. Give them a compliment. I want to keep on sending the message as much as possible that I love them, care for them, I'm rooting for them, I really want them to succeed, and I believe in them. This is not about being a fake or artificial, just a genuine expression, setting the tone and leading by example to create a positive environment. This leads to the next point, which is, do they feel we truly understand them? Do we understand their emotional vantage point, where they're coming from, what their feelings, ambitions, views are? And are we effectively showing them that we understand them, acknowledging their feelings, taking it into consideration, and catering them accordingly? Many times when a child is bothered, they don't articulate the real issue. But if we could acknowledge their emotions, voice their pain, it's probably difficult that this and this happened, way before providing any solution. Just by showing them that we're thinking of them sends a message that we respect them, understand them, and care for them. Or sometimes it's not even voicing anything. Just giving them a hug or doing something that's reassuring shows them that we care for them, respect them, and they are secure and loved. And sometimes they just need space, and we show them love by letting them have their own security and giving it to them. The key is to genuinely try to understand where they are emotionally at that moment and give them what they need accordingly. Another impactful behavior is to intentionally do things or give them stuff they like way before they ask. Surprise them. I'm not talking about rewards, incentives, being the savior. This is about intentionally giving them that wow factor, something that they weren't expecting. It doesn't need to be anything major, although it could be. It could be as simple when going shopping out with the kids and say, hey, I love you, you're amazing guys. Choose any one item from this section. Or it could be anything you want up to $1 or $2. Or you could surprise them by going on a walk together, taking them for a late night drive, buying them a small gadget, a Slurpee, or whatever. Or just sitting by their bed when they're going to sleep. You could even be busy doing it, but doing it next to them could really mean a lot to them. A little tipper, you do not want to tell them too much ahead of time what exactly it is, even if it's something great and amazing. Because as soon as you tell them what it is, you gave them expectation, you set the bar, and that becomes a starting point. So although they were excited, really excited at the time they heard the news, it's going to be harder for them, naturally harder for them to appreciate it when the time actually comes. You'll need to work extra hard to create a wow factor. And if it doesn't work out as planned, it's going to be much harder for them to swallow it. That's also why you don't want to give away too many details ahead of time, even if you need to tell them what it is. You want to downplay it, lower the expectations. Because when it's go time, when it's time to actually deliver, they can naturally experience that wow factor. You could over deliver and they can truly experience and appreciate it. Help them build their own success. Be a role model. There's a famous saying, something along the lines that it's better to be a guide on the side than a sage on the stage. And the obvious point being that people don't appreciate how great we are, how skillful or knowledgeable we may be. The real appreciation comes when we help them achieve, succeed, and transform themselves in a way they couldn't have done without our guidance. It's about them, it's not about us. Obviously, as a parent, I want to know exactly what's going on with my kids and ensure the best outcome. The best I could do is to coach them, help them build their own healthy independence and build their own success, stand on their own 2 feet. Encourage them to brave new challenges, overcome their fears, coach them when they struggle, guide them about being successful, help them set and reach goals that will help them strive higher, grow, and maximize their potential. This also plays out when they're working on a task, a project, and you see that they're struggling. Instead of coming in with unsolicited advice, which may give off a subtle message that you don't believe in them, that you know better, instead, you could say, hey, I'm so happy you're working on this. If you're stuck or need my help, I'm over here whenever you need me. And just wait on the side with a positive and patient attitude. If they figure it out on their own, be happy for them, compliment them, and tell them how proud you are of them. And if they're stuck and ask for help, happily help them and coach them overcome their hurdle and encourage them to continue with the rest on their own. This shows them that you respect them, you believe in them, it's more enjoyable and helpful, and they can start seeing us as a true trusted friend. This video is getting a little long, so I'll finish off with this last point. But let me know, I want to hear from you. How do you find being a friend for your children? What do you do that's been successful in showing them that you truly love and care for them? Share in the comments below. I want to know, and you could inspire others to do the same. Another tremendously important point is spending quality time with your kids. I'm not talking about spending massive amounts of time with each of your children every day of the week. It's just not possible, it's not feasible. We're busy. What I'm talking about is plan at least once a week to spend individual time with each of your children and with your spouse for that matter. Again, it doesn't need to be anything major. It could be for 10 minutes. Once a week, on Sunday, I'll spend time chatting with my child for 10 minutes before he goes to bed. The next day, I'll do it with my second child, and so on. It could be simple, but once I'm there, it's quality time. Undistracted, undivided attention. Me with them, that bonding quality time. And B, every single day, have at least one interaction with each family member where you're fully present. Whether it's picking up your 5-year-old and giving them a hug, or saying hello to your teenager and wishing them a good day. Have that moment when you're fully there, fully present, no phones, no distractions, you're fully emotionally available and engaged with them. And this brings us to the last point, which is consistency. This proves to them and shows them that we could truly be a trusted friend. They could rely on us. If they see a consistent pattern, every day we show up for them, we're there for them, genuine, caring, and loving, they start to see a pattern. They could start relying on us. They know and see, not just hypothetically, but because we have proven it to them over and over again, that they can rely on us. We are their firm bedrock, and we have truly earned our position as a trusted friend for them. Imagine the flip side. One day, all kind and loving, and next day we're sarcastic and making jokes. One day we're patient and understanding, and the other day we're aggressive and apathetic. One day is up, one day is down. There's no way we're going to build up any momentum. They finally thought they could trust us, and then it comes crumbling down. But imagine if for the next 30 days, you're consistent. You consistently take an action every day to show them your unwavering love for them. Instead of going one day up, one day down, one day up, one day down, we start building momentum. We're building success on the previous days. And they start truly seeing us as a trusted friend. So let's recap what we spoke today. Number one, think of their vantage point. How do they see things? What are their feelings and how are they receiving our messages? And number two, make sure we're showing it to them that we understand them, consistently reinforcing and signaling to them how we love and care about them, understand them, and will always be there for them. We then broke it down into 6 simple parts. One is how we greet and communicate with them, our facial expressions, the words we use, and are we projecting a positive energy? Number 2, do we understand them? Showing them and acknowledging their emotions, their ambitions, and their viewpoints. Number 3, give before they ask. Surprise them. Number 4, coach them. Help them build their own success. 5, Spend quality time, be fully present, and do so intentionally. And finally, consistency, where we build a consistent pattern where they could rely on us and we could truly earn to be their trusted friend. So I want to leave you with this. Think, commit, take a daily action to show your unwavering love and care for every single one of your kids and for your spouse. Take it and see the difference it will make in your entire family. And as always, be intentional, be proactive, and always live by your values.